What is a hill that you would die on that most people couldn't care less about? The word colonel is the most effed up word in the English language. And the word Q. A can be a word, but not Q? Okay. Saw a tweet to the effect of Q is pronounced as the letter Q with the rest of the letters waiting quietly behind it. If this was the case, we could describe the length of the lineup by adding or subtracting letters. A short lineup would be a Q, a very long one would be a Q. Shepherd's pie has lamb in it. Cottage pie has beef in it. Stop making cottage pie and calling it shepherd's pie. It's pronounced GIF. Nah bro, it's clearly GIF. You both are wrong. It's clearly giraffe. Graphics interchange format. GRIF. I will take umbrage with the argument that it's a G for graphics. That's not a hard rule for acronyms. Everybody agrees that scuba is scuba, but you don't say underwater. Pronunciations of acronyms are not based on the underlying words that generated the acronym, but rather the phonetics of the acronym itself. Also, it's GIF. Males of Reddit, what is the worst thing a girl could do while playing patty cake? Break down in tears while playing patty cake and talking about how they feel guilty for cheating on their partner that you knew nothing about. Nah, this really happened. Can we get a story, please? Yep, met a girl at a party and we were having a good time, so she takes me upstairs for a better time, only to start sobbing while she was on top. And I was legitimately confused, until she confessed to having a boyfriend while we were getting down and dirty. Super duper mood killer. Break the Beebus. Die? Death by snoo snoo. I know this isn't that bad, but one time I was canyon yodeling my girlfriend, who is now my fiancée, who's extremely socially awkward. I looked up at her and she waved. I laughed and she turned beet red. It almost killed the mood completely. How do you think you're going to die? I'd like to go out action movie style in a big explosion or something, but I'll probably end up dying trying to pet something I shouldn't. Currently, I'm sitting on the toilet watching Redditscape. Probably like this. Elvis fan, eh? With a belly full of wine, laughing, chasing my grandson in my tomato garden. Hopefully from growing old with my husband. Life goal is to be one of those couples that goes out within a week of each other. That was mine too. She went at 50, 4.5 years ago. I'm still waiting to go. Now you get to continue her legacy. She wouldn't want you to be sad. Go do things you both wanted to see and do together. She's still with you. What is considered an old person name? Mildred. This was my grandma's name. At one time, there were 3 of them at her church, and they called themselves the Marvelous Millies. 3 grandmas? That's rare. 3 called Mildred? That's like shiny Pokemon level rare. They're 3 in a million. Gertrude. I think the youngest Gertrudes are called Trudy. Today I learned Trudy is short for Gertrude. Only took 62 years for me to get that information. Sadly, I'm 62 and probably will just forget it now anyway. Stacy was originally short for Anastasia, and Tracy was a short form of Teresa. Anastasia's mom has got it going on. Anastasia, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. Elmer. Reckon it doesn't stick until you're about 70. Doesn't stick. Is this a glue joke? Yup, I was trying my best to adhere to proper etiquette. What is not illegal but would definitely get the cops' attention? Geocaching, especially for adults. Adults searching through locations or looking under benches has gotten some questions from police, and geocachers retrieving or hiding containers has even sometimes gotten the bomb squad involved. We got the same kind of attention sitting in a parked car near a Pokemon Go gym, across the street from the county jail. Shaping your trash bags like a human and suspiciously taking it out at 3 a.m. Chief, I think there was a dead body in there. I thought that too, until he said yard trimmings. You gotta learn to listen, Lou. Suddenly sprinting after locking looks with them. Don't even need to sprint. Lock eyes for a split second, then turn a 180 and walk away. You're gonna get questioned. Waving at the cop and calling them to come to you. What is a controversial topic no one wants to discuss, but needs to? Euthanasia. God, this. We put our golden retriever down earlier this summer. She had an inoperable tumor, and when it became obvious the pain medications weren't working anymore, we made the choice to put her out of her misery. Conversely, I work as a caretaker for an elderly couple, and the husband has aggressive bone cancer. He is in agonizing pain, despite medication much of the time, and it has been hell watching his quality of life diminish so significantly in the past year. It baffles my mind that our society considers it a kindness to euthanize a hurting pet, but we expect people to live with pain indefinitely. Frankly, it's cruel. You get $1,000 per person you annoy. What is the fastest way you can become a billionaire? Make 3 unskippable ads in YouTube. Go slightly under the speed limit on a long 2-lane road. Then speed up to 5 over as soon as you hit a stretch with a passing lane. Lots of beautifully annoying ideas in the comments, but nearly all of them are underestimating how hard it is to annoy a million people. As a software developer, the closest I got to reaching that kind of audience was when I worked at a big game studio on a heavily marketed AAA title. So this is what I'd do. On one and only one menu in the game, I would invert what the A and B button do, or circle X on PlayStation. While players would rely on muscle memory to back out of menus using B and confirming selection using A, in that one menu, pressing B would confirm and pressing A would back out. Be the dude at the airport terminal telling people they gotta do another loop and can't wait there for people coming off their plane. I'd probably only have to do a half day at LaGuardia. If you got a list of your stats once you died, which statistic would you be most curious about? How many photographs taken by other people I'm in? Where all my lost things went? And how many times I was this close to running into a person I knew? I have daydreams that my future self traveled back in time to steal them from me as souvenirs. How many alternate life paths I overlooked. You know, those things that could have led to a completely different set of paths, like choice of study in college. I wouldn't be married to my wife right now if I had made just one simple choice to give up and walk past her instead of stopping to say sorry when I saw her at the store. Crazy how some choices make all the difference. Liters of blood bled. If I made a positive difference in anyone's life. I was going to say how much I fapped. Now I feel quite silly. What is something considered weird in the USA, but is normal to the rest of the world? Bidets. People make fun of mine. Joke's on them though, my beehole is way cleaner than theirs. Edit. I am truly astounded at the number of people who asked me how I dried my beehole. Toilet paper. 1 square, that's it. Also, someone was saying that it doesn't matter if you have doo-doo on your beehole because it's covered by fabric at all times. That mother has swamp butt and more than likely stinky wiener. I didn't even disclose the part that horrifies a lot of people. My bidet is cold water only. It was cheaper and ultimately more efficient than one that uses hot water. My wife bought it for me for my birthday as a gag gift, and the card said, "Happy bidet." She's a keeper. Now, as I finish walking through Port Sarim, please enjoy some sea shanty too.